Will this storm ruin your Valentine's plans? Weather Update American Cities number 134. Deep dive into the upcoming major storm across the United States. Hello and welcome to today's Weather Deep Dive. I'm your host, and we're gearing up for an extraordinary and complex storm system that is about to sweep across the United States, bringing with it a wide range of weather impacts, from heavy snow in the west to severe weather threats in the south and southeast, all unfolding over the next week. This is a significant event because it could be the first time in weeks that we see both heavy snowfall and severe weather tied to the same storm system. Today, I'll walk you through everything you need to know about this upcoming storm, how it's developing, the regions that will be affected, what kind of weather impacts to expect, and why this event is so remarkable. We'll also take a look at temperature patterns and what the forecasts suggest for the coming week and beyond. So let's get started. Setting the stage, the big picture weather pattern. Right now, we're seeing a dynamic and active weather pattern shaping the country. Starting with the West Coast, an atmospheric river event is unfolding. For those unfamiliar, an atmospheric river is a long, narrow band of concentrated moisture in the atmosphere that can lead to intense rain and snow events. This particular event is expected to dump over 8 feet of snow in some mountainous locations spanning California, Nevada, Utah, and even parts of Colorado over the next week. This is great news for these areas, especially because many have seen very little snowfall so far this winter. The snowpack is critical for water resources as we head into the spring and summer months. Meanwhile, across the Great Lakes and Northeast, another low-pressure system is currently active. This system is producing significant snowfall today, especially across Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. It's a typical Alberta clipper. These fast-moving systems are known for bringing quick bursts of snow and colder air. This one is expected to bring moderate to heavy snowfall, with rates reaching up to an inch or even 1.5 inches per hour in some heavier bands. Most of the snow will taper off by Wednesday morning, but light snow will continue through the day into parts of northern New England. Moving south, the southern plains and southeast are currently experiencing very warm conditions. For example, Kansas City hit 72 degrees yesterday, which is warmer than much of Florida. This warmth is thanks to a large ridge of high pressure that has dominated the region, allowing temperatures to soar well above average. However, this warm spell is about to come to an end as a cold front moves through, signaling the approach of the storm system we'll focus on today. The storm's evolution, from west to east. By late Wednesday and Thursday, the major storm system currently impacting the West Coast will begin to strengthen and move eastward into the Rockies. This is when we start to see the setup for a significant weather event across the southern plains and Mississippi Valley by Friday and Saturday. The storm will intensify as it crosses the Rockies and then move into the southern plains, including Oklahoma and Texas, and extend eastward into the Mississippi Valley. This is where things get particularly interesting and potentially dangerous. The interaction between Arctic air moving south and warm, moist air flowing north from the Gulf of Mexico will create an environment ripe for severe weather. We're talking about the potential for widespread strong to severe thunderstorms with damaging winds and even tornadoes, particularly on Saturday and Sunday, right over Valentine's Day weekend. This storm system will be a classic coast-to-coast event, but with very different impacts on either side of the country. While the west and northern Rockies see heavy snow, the southern and southeastern states will be watching for severe thunderstorms and tornado risks. By Sunday into Monday, the storm will continue pushing eastward into the southeast, and eventually the mid-Atlantic and northeast, bringing rain and even some snow to those regions. Temperature trends, the warmth before the storm. Over the next 7 days, temperature patterns will be quite notable. We are currently experiencing one of the warmest stretches of weather seen this winter across many parts of the country, especially the Great Plains and the southeast. Kansas City, as mentioned, was 72 degrees recently, and other areas like Little Rock, Arkansas have seen mid-70s temperatures, very unusual for February. That warmth won't last long, however. Starting midweek, cold air will move in from the north and northwest, bringing temperatures down across the Midwest and Northeast, but still remaining near or only slightly below average for this time of year. The real story is the contrast between the cold air to the north and warm air surging northward from the south, which helps fuel the storm's severity. Looking ahead to the weekend and next week, we could be seeing some record-breaking warmth, especially across the northern plains and Midwest. Forecast models, including the GFS, are showing the potential for temperatures up to 40 to 45 degrees above average in some spots by Tuesday next week. That means we could see highs in the 70s in parts of Minnesota and surrounding areas, a truly historic warm-up for mid-February. This rapid warming combined with moisture and a dynamic storm pattern could again set the stage for severe weather threats extending into next week, particularly across Nebraska and Iowa. While there's still uncertainty, this is something meteorologists will be watching very closely. Breaking down the immediate impacts: snow and severe weather. Let's get into the specifics of what to expect in the near term. Northeast snowfall. Today and into Wednesday, the Northeast will be getting a fresh round of snow from the Alberta Clipper low-pressure system. Expect moderate to heavy snow, especially from New York through New England, with snowfall totals generally between 3 and 6 inches. Some eastern Maine locations may see closer to 6 to 10 inches. This snow will fall on top of an already significant snowpack, which means those who live there should prepare for more shoveling and travel delays. West Coast snow and rain. Over on the West Coast, the atmospheric river event is bringing heavy precipitation. Along the California coast from San Francisco down to San Diego, mostly rain is expected, but in the mountains of the Sierra Nevada and the Rockies, feet of snow are on the way. In fact, some locations in the Sierra Nevada could see between 100 to 150 inches of snow through the next week or so. This is excellent news for drought-stricken areas in California, Nevada, Utah, and Colorado, where snowpack levels have been well below average this winter. Southern Plains and Southeast. Severe weather. By Friday and Saturday, the storm will develop into a powerful system over the Southern Plains. This will bring a risk of severe thunderstorms from Oklahoma and Texas eastward through Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. The environment on Saturday should become quite unstable, fueled by warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico and enhanced wind shear, a key ingredient for tornado development. Scattered, potentially numerous severe storms with damaging winds and possible tornadoes are on the table. The storm will continue into Sunday, shifting severe weather threats into the southeast states, including Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and even parts of Florida. This is noteworthy because much of these areas have seen icy and snowy conditions recently, and now they're transitioning into a more spring-like severe weather pattern. This rare wintertime severe weather outbreak could be the first significant one of the season for the southern U.S. Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. As the storm moves east, there remains a chance of mixed precipitation, including freezing rain or drizzle and some snow, especially in parts of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and northern areas. However, current forecasts suggest this wintry precipitation will be minimal and not widespread. Looking ahead, storms next week and beyond. Beyond this current storm, the weather pattern remains active and somewhat uncertain as we look further into the week of February 16th through the 25th. Both the European and GFS models are hinting at additional storm systems, impacting the northern tier of the country and the Midwest. There could be 2 or even 3 large storms during this roughly 10-day period following this weekend's event. The West Coast and higher elevations west of the Rockies will continue to see heavy precipitation, including more atmospheric river events, which will keep the snowpack building and help alleviate drought conditions. For those living in the northern plains and Midwest, the combination of unusual warmth and moisture could again set the stage for severe weather next week, so vigilance and updates will be crucial. Summary and key takeaways. To summarize, here's what you absolutely need to know. A major storm system is developing that will produce heavy snow in the west and northeast, and a significant severe weather threat in the southern plains and southeast by Valentine's Day weekend. The West Coast is facing an intense atmospheric river event, bringing feet of snow to mountain areas and heavy rain to coastal regions. The southern plains and southeast could experience widespread severe thunderstorms, with damaging winds and tornadoes possible, marking one of the first significant winter severe weather outbreaks this season in these regions. Temperatures will fluctuate dramatically, with a cold front moving through midweek but followed by an unprecedented warm-up next week, particularly in the northern plains and Midwest, where temperatures could soar into the 70s. Additional storms are expected through late February, keeping the weather dynamic and potentially dangerous. Final thoughts on how to stay safe. If you live in any of the affected regions, now is the time to prepare. For those in the west and northeast, make sure you have adequate supplies and check on travel conditions if you plan to be on the roads. For residents in the southern plains and southeast, stay vigilant for severe weather watches and warnings this weekend. Tornado preparedness is essential. Have your plan ready and stay informed through reliable weather sources. We'll be monitoring this evolving situation closely and providing updates, especially as the severe weather threat grows more imminent. If you want real-time updates and live streams, be sure to follow trusted weather channels and social media accounts dedicated to weather alerts. Thank you for joining me today for this detailed forecast breakdown. Stay safe, stay warm or cool depending on your location, and keep an eye on the skies. We'll be back soon with more updates and analysis. Until then, take care and have a great day.